What's up, guys? Thanks for watching. I just wanted to talk about training technique compared to training intensity and which one's more important. So here's the deal. Let's kind of unpack this for a second. When you get into the gym, have you ever had a time when you're just working on a specific muscle group and you just cannot grow it? For example, when you do, incline dumbbell presses, bench press, flies, are you focusing on getting that muscle to grow, or are you focusing on getting the movement to be executed? Now, technique can be so many different things, and that can be how to activate the muscle properly, where the shoulder lines up compared to the clavicle, how slow the cadence is, right? So how long it takes to go down in the movement compared to coming up in the movement, right? So the negative compared to the concentric. It could be, what kind of angle you move at in, a dumbbell fly. There's so much to technique that can make such an impact in the way that your muscles can be stimulated. Now, let's take a CrossFitter in comparison to a bodybuilder for a second, right? I mean, I have a lot of different people that watch this channel. It's not just bodybuilders, probably not many bodybuilders at all. And when it comes to, what CrossFit does, if you look at the best CrossFitters in the world, they are in crazy good shape. Crazy good shape. Now, they're a little thicker through the midsection because they're using their core for so many things, and their arms usually tend to be a little bit smaller in comparison to their traps, and their shoulders a little bit smaller in comparison to their traps, and so on. But that's because they're not isolating those muscles. So they're very well developed in a very functional way, but not as developed in specific areas. To develop in those specific areas, they'll have to focus on isolation and technique, right? Now, their technique when it comes to like CrossFit would be more how they focus on getting in a deep squat, right? And how much ankle flexibility they need, how much hip flexibility they need, what kind of upright position they need to be in for a front squat or a thruster or a snatch, where a bodybuilder would be focusing more on some of those same things. But ask a bodybuilder and how much ankle flexibility they focus on, probably not much, unless you're Mike Israetel. But what they're focusing on is, if they're working on that flexibility, it's simply to try and get into an angle where they can maybe hit their quads more aggressively so they can feel the outer sweep of their quad more. Or if they can get themselves in a position of when they deadlift, they actually activate their hamstrings more instead of using their lower back so much. So technique becomes more important, in my opinion, for people that are working on hypertrophy or somebody trying to build more muscle mass, than just simply working on strength, balance, and maybe coordination or functional training. So here's my advice. If you're going to be just starting out a workout program, you need to learn the basic movements and form and technique. When it comes to those movements, you need to learn the movement pattern. You're just working on the movement pattern. You're working on getting the joints in the right position. You're working on getting into a pain-free zone. You're working on how to, load your scapula in the right position, and how to feel the floor and all those things, right? How to not let your knees go across and go valgus, or which would be crossing your midline when you do a squat, how to feel the ground, not get up on your toes in a squat. All these different things, you'd have to contact me directly if you want specific training on these things. But that's what you would focus on when you first start. But as you get more advanced, you would want to start focusing how to activate the specific muscles you're working out. So instead of just going in the gym and then moving weight, you want to focus on the techniques that activate the muscles you're intending to train. People work their biceps all the time, and they're actually getting more of their forearm and using more shoulder than they actually are working their biceps. It happened to me for years. I went into the gym multiple times for a lot of years, and I trained my chest with bench press. I could bench over 400 pounds and had a tiny chest, simply because my technique was weak. I was not able to activate my pecs properly. I was pushing all through my triceps and shoulders. Therefore, I didn't activate my pecs and get any growth in my chest. So Technique to me for hypertrophy means way more. For just functional training and getting in the gym and just getting a workout in, you need to work on your form and your actual technique for the movement pattern. That's it. All right. Hope that helps. If you want any specific information, go ahead and knock out some comments below. Go ahead and you could also contact me at my Instagram at TJ O'Connor. DM me for coaching. Sorry, my camera almost fell. I represent Gaspari Nutrition as well. If you go into the link below, hit that freaking link, you'll get 20% plus anything they offer on the website off when you use that link. Please subscribe, follow on my other socials if you would, and also hit that like button because I really need to get some more momentum on the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.